You look at them across the dinner table. It's the same face, the same voice, the same stories you've heard 100 times before. And in that quiet moment, a question creeps in. Am I still in love? Or am I just in habit? It's a thought that can feel terrifying, like a secret betrayal of the life you've built together. Here's the truth, the one nobody tells you when you re-caught up in the whirlwind of a new romance. Falling in love once is easy. It's a beautiful accident, a collision of chemistry and timing. But staying in love, truly deeply in love with the same person, day after day, year after year, that's not an accident. It's an act of art, a discipline, and most importantly, a conscious choice. Let's be honest, the movies lied to us. They sold us a highlight reel. They showed us the first kiss, the dramatic airport chase, the wedding finale, and then the credits rolled. They never showed us the Tuesday nights, the arguments over whose turn it is to do the dishes, or the silent car rides after a disagreement. They conditioned us to believe that real love is meant to stay effortless, that the initial spark should burn like an eternal flame without ever needing more fuel. But in real life, love isn't a static state, it's a living, breathing thing. Over time, that initial intense chemistry naturally evolves. It often mellows into a deep, comfortable bond. The mystery that once captivated you is replaced by a comforting familiarity. And here's the crucial part. People change. You are not the same person you were 5 or 10 years ago, and neither is your partner. The person you fell in love with has grown, evolved, and become someone new, right before your eyes. This is where so many relationships hit a wall. We get stuck trying to love the memory of the person we first met, clinging to a past version of them and a past version of our love story. We keep trying to recreate that initial spark, and when we can't, we panic. We think the love is gone. But here's the secret of the happiest, most enduring couples. They don't chase the spark, they chase curiosity. They understand that the real adventure isn't in reliving the past, but in discovering the present. They make a continuous effort to learn who their partner is becoming, not just who they were when they first fell in love. They treat their partner like a fascinating book they haven't finished reading yet, because, in truth, new chapters are being written every single day. So how do we do this? How do we shift from a mindset of habit to one of active, conscious love? It comes down to a few fundamental choices we can make every single day. The first, and perhaps most powerful, is choosing curiosity over certainty. After years together, it's easy to think you know everything about your partner. You know their coffee order, their favorite movie, the story about their childhood dog. You can finish their sentences. This is certainty, and while it feels comfortable, it's also a love killer. It closes the door to discovery. Curiosity, on the other hand, opens it wide. It's about assuming there's always more to learn. It means asking new questions, even if you think you know the answers. Instead of asking, "How was your day?" try something more specific, like, "What was the most surprising part of your day?" Or "What's something you've been thinking about lately that you haven't mentioned?" And don't be afraid to go deep. Even after 10 or 20 years together, you can still look at them and say, "Tell me something you've never told anyone before." Or, "What's a dream you have for your life right now that's different from the dreams you had when we met?" These questions aren't just conversation starters. They are invitations. They say, "I see you. I'm still interested in you. Show me who you are now." It's about noticing the new things, the new laugh line by their eye, the new opinion they've formed, the new passion they're exploring. Curiosity keeps your partner from becoming a predictable character in your life and reminds you that they are a dynamic, evolving human being. The second choice is to practice admiration over criticism. In the beginning of a relationship, we are masters of admiration. We see our partner through a golden filter. We celebrate their strengths, forgive their flaws, and champion their dreams. But over time, that filter can get smudged with the grime of daily life. Familiarity can breed contempt, or at the very least, a habit of nitpicking. We start focusing on what they do wrong instead of what they do right. The toilet seat left up, the socks on the floor, the way they load the dishwasher incorrectly. Love dies not in the loud explosions of betrayal, but in the 1,000 tiny paper cuts of daily criticism. It withers when we stop truly seeing each other and start analyzing, judging, and trying to fix each other. To counteract this, you have to make a conscious choice to admire every single day. Find one thing to genuinely appreciate about your partner and, if you can, say it out loud. "I really admire how you handled that stressful situation at work. Thank you for making coffee this morning. It made my day start so much better. I was watching you play with the kids, and it just reminded me what an amazing parent you are. Admiration is not about ignoring flaws or pretending everything is perfect. It's about intentionally shifting your focus to the good. It's a practice of seeing your partner in their best light, which in turn encourages them to be their best self. When someone feels admired and appreciated, they soften. They open up. The connection deepens. Admiration is the soil in which love continues to grow. The third essential choice is to cultivate playfulness over perfection. Somewhere along the line of mortgages, careers, and responsibilities, many couples forget how to play. Life becomes serious business. The relationship becomes a series of logistical negotiations and shared tasks. But love needs levity to breathe. It needs laughter, inside jokes, and a little bit of silliness. Think back to your first few dates. The flirting, the light-hearted teasing, the spontaneous adventures. That doesn't have an expiration date. Flirting shouldn't stop just because you share a bank account. Touch them like you still mean. Eat a hand on the small of their back as you pass in the kitchen. A lingering hug, holding hands while you watch TV. These small physical gestures aren't just habits. They are declarations of desire and connection. Joke like it's day one. Be goofy. Have a spontaneous dance party in the living room. Leave a silly note for them to find. Break the routine. Perfection is the enemy of intimacy. A perfect, pristine house and a perfectly scheduled life can often lead to a sterile, joyless relationship. Playfulness injects warmth and spontaneity. It reminds you that you're not just partners in life's administration. You're partners in fun. It's the glue that holds you together when life gets heavy. Love that lasts isn't always a thrilling, exciting, firework-filled spectacle. More often, it's anchoring. It's a quiet, profound strength. It's the steady presence in a chaotic world. It's the unspoken knowing that even if everything else in your life changes, even if you both change, you will still choose each other. This kind of love is not about desperately trying to keep the initial fire from going out. It's about learning how to reignite it over and over again. Sometimes it will be a bonfire, roaring and bright. Other times, it will be gentle embers, glowing with a quiet warmth that keeps you safe through the night. Both are beautiful. Both are love. Every morning when you wake up next to them, every argument you navigate, every new season of life you enter, love asks one simple but profound thing of you. Choose them again. Choose to be curious. Choose to admire. Choose to admire. Choose to be playful. You see, you don't just fall in love once. That's the myth. In a long, committed relationship, you fall in love hundreds, maybe thousands of times, and you fall out of love, too. You have moments of doubt, frustration, and distance. But then, if you're willing to do the work, you find your way back. You fall in love again, and each time you do, it's a little deeper, a little truer, a little more real than before. Because this time, it's not an accident, it's a choice. The real secret to a lasting relationship isn't how to stay in love, it's how to keep falling in love, again, and again, and again. For anyone out there who still believes that love can grow, that it can be rebuilt, and that it's worth choosing every day, this was for you. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more conversations about building a life and love that lasts.